I want to talk about Smallville. Don't have anyone to talk about it with because my sister, who used to watch it, remembers almost nothing. So when I'm talking to her about it, she just like respectfully nods, like, So, I am about 44 episodes in, but I'm so mad that this show was made at a time where it wasn't really geared towards my age group. Like, I wasn't in like first grade or second grade watching Smallville. It wasn't really appropriate for my age group. So, but I do remember my sister watching it, and I do remember thinking, Whitney is a weird name for a boy. And I knew it was about Superman, but I knew I wasn't allowed to watch, like, really get into it. So I have some thoughts about the characters and what I've been meaning to go back and watch it, but I was watching Crisis on Infinite Earths, and he made an appearance, and I was like, this is the perfect time to go back and watch it. Like, why not? So I wanted to discuss some of the characters. I'm gonna start with his parents. So his mom, Martha, cool lady, you know. When I first met her, I was like, okay, you know, whatever, she's the mom. I didn't really think much about it. The dad, Jonathan, is annoying. Like, he annoys me, and I want to like him. Like, I like that he trusts Clark and he loves his son, and Martha too. But Jonathan, the way he treats my boy Lex, and I know that Lex, something's gonna happen where Lex and Clark aren't like brothers anymore, and you know, that's gonna tear me apart. Like, I'm waiting for it, and I don't want it, but I know what's gonna happen because it's Lex Luthor. But the way he treats Lex, even though Lex has time and time again showed him that he is not a horrible person and that he wants to help them, I'm like, Jonathan, please stop. So Jonathan was really getting on my nerves until he did say he would be in Lex's wedding, and he did, which, you know, was a sham. Whatever, okay. But he did agree to that, and I was like, okay, you're starting to turn around. His friend Pete, you know, Pete can be really annoying sometimes. Like, when he found out Clark had the powers, and he was like, I can't believe you didn't tell me. Like, he was being a real brat. I was like, first of all, superpowers, his secret, like, that's really none of your business. You really don't need to know. He told you. I mean, if my best friend of 15 years came to me and was like, hey, I'm an alien, I come from Krypton, I can shoot heat vision stuff out of my eyes, I can x-ray vision stuff, I'm really super strong, like, I would be like, wow, that's crazy. That is super crazy. My first thought. Second thought would never be, I can't believe you didn't tell me. Like, I'm not gonna freak out about it. Like, it's really not that serious. But Pete was just like really annoying in that instance. But other than that, I really like him. He's cool. Chloe. Not Allison Mack. Chloe. Chloe is, I understand her. I'm not like completely, totally different from her. She's like outgoing and like, you know, just in your face 24/7. I'm, you know, more reserved. But Chloe is, I understand her. Like, I feel her. Like, her crush on Clark, or her love for Clark, is just so heartbreaking because he only has eyes for Lana, which we will get to in quite a bit. You know, she's cool. She has the tendency to put her journalism over everything else, which is kind of hypocritical because she was like, she accused Clark of something and was like, oh, you're never there for me, and which is true. Like, he needs to be there for Chloe a lot more because Lana always takes priority. But Chloe sometimes puts her journalism ahead of everything else, and I'm like, Chloe, boo, you can't say that because you've done some shady things. Stop it, girl. But I like her. She's okay. Lana. I really don't have any feelings. Like, Lana's just Lana. Like, I really don't like her and Clark together. I really don't care about that ship. I don't care. Like, I fast forwarded scenes with them when they all get like lovey-dovey and like looking into each other's eyes. I'm like, no thank you. I don't like that relationship. I don't know how popular it is now, looking back, but for me as a first timer watching it, I'm like, I really don't be feeling Lana like that. Like, she's aight. Like, she's aight. She doesn't have like a lot of things that she's super passionate about. Like, she likes riding horses, but other than that, her character is always dealing with Clark riding horses. I feel like she has a lot of like things from her past that she doesn't know, like that little kid. There was a storyline where we found out that one of her best friends at like age of 10 drowned saving her, and like she feels guilty from that. But I'm like, I want more like layers. Like, be like Shrek. I need more layers from you. But Lana's just Lana. I feel like Chloe, when I look at the two, I'm like, Clark, there's an obvious choice. Chloe has dreams and aspirations and goals and chutzpah and life, and just, she's fun. And Lana is just like, hi Clark. Wow. I wish you'd tell me more of your secrets. I wish you would be more open with me, Clark. I'm sick of being the princess in that newspaper when my parents died. Okay, Lana, we get it. Your parents died. It's a horrible thing. What else do you have? I need to see it, because I don't see it between her and Clark. I don't. Even though I know Lois Lane is probably going to come in sometime because Lois Lane and Clark are OTP. But I'm like, at this present time, even with relationships, like, we know they're going to end eventually, I'm just like, I'm not having fun watching. Like, when they break up or when they get together, I'm not happy. I'm not like, yay! I'm not rooting for them. I'm just like, oh, this again. And they get together, they break up, they get together, they break up. But Clark has done Chloe wrong multiple times. I'm gonna just say that. So anyway, moving on. So I forgot to talk about Whitney, so I'm just gonna add it in the middle. Whitney. I didn't like him. I was like, why are you tying Clark up on this scarecrow? Because it's tradition. Don't be a jerk. You should really be secure in your relationship, Whitney. When he died, I wasn't sad. Like, I was just like, y'all think I wouldn't notice y'all didn't have him in the opening credits anymore? We knew he wasn't coming back. Yeah, I really didn't feel any way towards Whitney. I was just like, he's there and he's a way to keep moving the plot forward, and he's a way for there to be more tension between Lana and Clark. So yeah, Whitney, ding dong, the Whitney's dead. Whatever. Who else is there? Lionel. Lionel is a horrible person. Duh. We knew this. Going into the show, we were gonna know this. He is just horrible, and the whole blind storyline, it was funny because I was like, okay, is he faking? Because it's Lionel Luthor. Like, at first when he got diagnosed, I was like, oh snap, when he was like, Lex, and he was like, I can't see you, and he was like, basically told Lex, you should have let me die. I was like, wow, Lex just can't even save his father, right? Like, give him a break, Lionel. You could have died. He could have left you there under that pillar, dead. Okay, settle for blind. But I was like, wow, Lionel is just horrible. He's really, and now he's blackmailing Chloe. I'm like, come on, a teenager? He really has no boundary with that at all. So yeah, Lionel Luthor sucks. Going on to Lex. Listen, Lex is my home skillet biscuit. He comes in wearing the all black. Okay, he comes in wearing those sweaters. Love him. Love the actor. Love the bald head. Okay, love Lex. He's there for his friends. Like, okay, yes, he has done some shady stuff like keeping tabs on Clark, but can you blame him? I mean, he was saved by a guy who, like, you know, destroyed a car. Wouldn't you be a little bit curious? No, maybe. I mean, I don't blame him, but I love Lex so much. This character is so compelling because you can see the development that's happening in with him. Like, you can see the path that he might take. He's been through so much. His wife set him up to die. I'm like, he can't be happy. The only constant in his life is Clark, and Clark didn't even show up for his sham wedding. And then Clark, okay, so I knew Martha would lose the baby because we all know Clark doesn't have a little brother who his mother had, at least in this world. So I was like, something's gonna happen. And then Clark, you know, having to try to fix everything, made his mom lose the baby. And I was like, that is horrible. And then he goes off into this spin of wearing the red kryptonite. And I was like, and of course, Chloe is there, like she always is, like she always will be. She's there to back him up and check on him, even though he's freaking out. But anyway, back to Lex. I just really wish that they would keep this brotherly bond. Like, I don't want it to break. I don't want it to break. I love it. Especially when I rewound it like 3 times when Lex came from the island and he was like, Lex, we thought you were dead, and they hugged. I was like, this is it. This is it. And tying into Supergirl, when Lex does find out, or if Lex finds out, like, I'm not a comic, I don't have all the comic history in my head. I didn't grow up reading the comics. I love the shows. I grew up with the cartoons, so I can't remember every little detail. I feel like, well, yeah, Lex does know. He finds out who Superman is. I know when Supergirl, I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Correct me, but I think when he does find out, I mean, I would be, if I was Lex, I would be like, you know, I would have helped you. Like, I'm down. You know this, Clark, and you still played me out to be the fool. Really? Like, Lex is ride or die. He is ride or die. No questions asked. What you need me to do, I will be there. Who you need me to kill, I'm there. Lex is that guy. I love Lex. Clark, see, I was never, truth be told, I was never a huge Superman fan. I remember watching Christopher Reeve, Superman when I was a kid. It would be on the TV. I need to rewatch them because they're really just like memories of the movie. But I remember he's my first thought of who Superman was, and like the bumbly, like nerd kind of Superman or Clark Kent. But Tom Welling, very nice looking. I like his face. Still looking good in Supergirl. When he made his cameo, I was like, I see you. Hey Tom, 6'3", how you doing? If he's married, scratch that. Never said it. Don't know what you're talking about. It's 2020. What? I really have a hate-love relationship with Clark. Like, I don't know how I feel about him. I feel like he's definitely all about Lana, and I hate that because it is unfair to Chloe and Pete. And even sometimes Lex, because sometimes he just blows off everybody else and it's all about Lana, and I'm like, what's up with that? Like, Lana's not the only person in your life, Clark. It's not all about her. But about the actor, I feel I love him, don't get me wrong, but I sometimes feel like he's so much better at playing nice Clark instead of like angry Clark or sad Clark, or like, I just get more, it's just hard for me to look at him when he's like playing sad and angry. Like, I'm just like, because maybe it's because Clark is always like so optimistic, and that's something about Clark Kent. So when he is playing sad and playing angry, it's like, it's weird. It's almost really, really weird. But yeah, I'm liking Smallville so far. Obviously, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't keep watching it. Theme song, love. I downloaded it, and I was like, it's weird when you're a kid and you have like memories that are like stuck in your head, and you're like, how do I know this? But yeah, I'm glad that I am catching up with it now. 10 seasons. I have a lot of making up to do. So yeah, comment down below, please, no spoilers. I would really appreciate it. I'm on season 3, and yeah, just let me know who your favorite characters are. Yeah, comment down below about anything. What else should I watch? And yeah, thanks for watching, and Smallvillers, let me know what the fandom is. And Crisis on Infinite Earths thoughts down here too. Yeah, so I'm just gonna end the video. All right, thanks guys, bye, happy new year.